You said you did some work with this local NGO who had a lot of knowledge, and that it connects to, at that time while you were getting the information, and people would be interested in what did you find locally, and at the same time that the government was not quick enough in making sure things are done at that time. Did it really concern you that this is what's happening on the ground, but the country is not acting based on what's happening?
It was actually an interesting point of time, because 2013, I heard about the idea of, I heard the song. And then 2014 was when the government actually moved forward on a successful prosecution for trafficking in persons. So although for me, when the concept of the idea of trafficking in persons and seeing the cases that we had, it wasn't until 2014 that I saw that the government was actually moving towards successful prosecution. And I just didn't see it because I was outside of the scope of what the government was doing. But it was very interesting for me to see how it all aligned. Understanding that from the NGO, even while we're doing the work.
What did you find out from the NGOs?
There's so many cases. People don't understand what trafficking is. People don't understand that when a person is being exploited and is being sold, or there's a transaction where it's in kind, or that someone is paying for another human being, that is considered to be trafficking in persons.
And you're saying, based on evidence on the ground, that has been happening.
I have had cases where I sat down with girls who had told me stories, and it's unfortunate that usually it's not considered. They don't understand it because they don't even understand that it's a crime.
So how old were these girls?
I guess what I can say, the youngest case I had was a 15-year-old. Yes.
And when you mean sold, in what way?
For
cash?
Yes. So the cases that come to the NGO are usually sexual exploitation. That's where a girl or a human being is used to be exploited. Their body is used for sexual purposes. And usually it's through force, coercion, manipulation. And when the girl is exploited, there's usually a transaction that's done. And so that's that exploitation bit. When we talk about human trafficking, we see that there is an act, the means, and the purpose. Those are the three elements. And the act is usually through harboring, through receiving a person, or even transferring movement of a person. And then the means is through coercion, manipulation, and then the purpose is to exploit that human being. And so what I saw was sexual exploitation during my time at the NGO.